Did you know you could use stencils in your molds and get some great effects? Well, if you didn't and you haven't, then this video is for you. I mean, look how beautiful that is. And that was so easy to do. And I'll show you how I did it. All I've got is this little stencil here that I've cut down to the size of this mold. And really easy to get hold of. And again, they are so cheap. And all I'm going to do is push that down till I'm happy with it. I used the chrome powders for this and they worked beautifully. And I'm going to show you how to fill it out so you get a really lovely result. So this one I'm going to do a different colour. Oh, I've got to do it red. So you don't need a lot of powder on here. And all you need to do is dip your powder in and then lightly go over your stencil as if you would using any other stencil, holding your stencil in place. But you really do want to make sure you burnish that as well. So go over it lightly until it's really got a lovely shine. Holding that down. Now I'm doing the sides as well with it because I'm too messy not to. But you could clean these sides up and have a different colour on the sides if you wanted to. Now I did some work with stencils several years back and I've got a video on that that's probably about 3 or 4 years old. But I used a different technique than this. I'll keep going over it, holding this stencil down and then making sure that I've burnished these chrome powders. I don't know if this will work with chameleon flakes, but I'm going to have a go. It will definitely work with chameleon powders. There's no doubt about that. So I'm really happy with that. I will test it with chameleon powders in a minute. And look at that. I'm just going to blow off any excess. And look how pretty that is. I've got 2 of those done. I've got 2 of these molds because they're fabulous. Oh, look how messy I am. I'm going to quickly give that a bit of wipe over with a baby wipe to get that nice and clean for next time that I want to use it. And now I'm going to choose a stencil. I shall keep all these in little bags somewhere near this mold so that when I want to make them again, I can. So I really like the idea of that animal print one being in there. But what I've got to be careful of is that when I cut this, that all the little bits just don't drop through because they still need somewhere to actually attach to. So what I'm going to do is counteract that by cutting these little bits out like this so that they all do drop out. And then I'm going to place these where I think they should go in my circle and then do them as individual pieces. So that one I think will look nice there, that off there. And again, I'll keep these in a little box somewhere near where I'm working, where I'm keeping this so that I can keep them all together. And I'll carry up building that up until I'm happy with that. And then I will cover it over. So I'm quite happy with that now. And I'm going to use another different colour for that one. I'm going to use the holographic pink for this. And again, I'm going to go over that with the same method. So let's have a look at that. And that seems to have come out really pretty. But the proof will be once we pour the final pour on top of it, how well that's going to look. I'm going to try it with chameleon powders as well. And I'm going to do that on the circle. Let's have some circles within a circle for this one. And we'll have golden circles to start with. Let's put some golden circles in here. Now we're going to have some of the blue. Now we're going to go to champagne. And the final one we're going to have as magenta. So let's have a look and see what that's looked like. Oh, that's come out really, really pretty. Look at that. But again, the proof will be in the final pour. And I definitely think we've got to have some of these squares in this square. Down quite firm. And now I'm going to try chameleon flakes with this, but I don't know if it's going to work. And I'm going to be using my mix here that I made up of all the leftover bits. And as you know, I like to put my chameleon flakes on using a brush. And I'm going to give them a bit of a polish. And let's see if that's come off. Oh, it has. That's worked really, really well. Much better than I thought it was going to work. Look at that. How pretty is that? I mean, that one and that one I think are my favourites at the moment. But they might be different once they're poured. So I'm going to do a few more in the same sort of way. And then I will show you how I'm going to pour them to get them to stand out really well. So I've got my stencils done now. I'm really pleased with how they've come out. What I'm going to be using for this is the Pure Glossy by Teexpert. It is an amazing resin and everybody that has used it after seeing me use it have all commented to me. I've had so many comments from people saying, oh, thank you for telling me about this resin. It is unbelievable how glossy it is if you compare it to other resins. And Claire Holloway, one of my friends who makes some amazing jewellery, is using it all the time now as well, because she just thinks it's amazing. So I'm glad you love it, Claire. It's a 1-to-1 resin, easy to mix up. Now I'm going to do a backing on these of either white or black, and I'm going to be using the Teexpert epoxy resin pigments, because you only need a very tiny amount of them, and they are very, very good. So these colours are really easy to use. Just give them a bit of a shake up, or if they've been sitting around for too long, just stick a stick in and give them a bit of a stir. And you really don't need much. They're very concentrated. And then give them a good mix in. Look at that. Look how concentrated that is. That's given a very opaque colour. And they're very rich colours as well. They're beautiful. There is a wide range in the set as well of colours. So I'm going to mix the white up as well. While I'm doing this, big thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. Really, really appreciate it. You are what allows me to keep this channel going, because every penny I get from coffees, I just put back into this channel. So thank you. The link for buying me a coffee is in the description below, and then you'll get your name on my coffee board. And thank you to my fairy godmother, who doesn't want to be named, but was very generous last month. Thank you. Look how rich and lovely that white is. And as I said, some of these I'm going to do in white and some I'm going to do in black. I think these animal print ones should look great in black. Just pour slowly when you're pouring in, and that way you're not going to dislodge anything, and also you're not going to cause any bubbles to stick to the side as well. A rogue bit of chameleon flake got caught in that one there, so I'm taking that out. And I think I'm going to try this one here with black. Big thank you as well to all my members whose names are coming up now. We have a great fun in the membership group, lot of support, really helpful, and there is never any nastiness in there. Everyone is always willing to help everybody. Plus you get extra discount codes when I have them, and there's members only videos as well. And there's some more to come. So now I'm going to pour some of these white ones. So that's that one done. Move that one out the way. And now I can continue with these ones. And then what I'll also do is I will allow these to sit for about 5 minutes. Any bubbles that have got into the resin or a trap then should float to the top, and that'll allow me to burn them off with a long neck lighter. Never ever a torch, don't forget. You don't want to be burning these molds, because they are such great molds. They're precious. Actually, I'm going to do that one in black, I think. Now we've got those full, I can go over them with a long neck lighter, and then I'll leave them overnight to cure up, and I can show you how glossy and amazing this resin is. And we can look at the patterns that have come out. Well, these are all cured now, and I've only just noticed I forgot to put resin in this one. So that one's not been done. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they look like. I'm quite excited about this. Oh, and that has come out really, really pretty. I'm not sure whether to dome that or not. Look how that chrome powder looks in there. But can you see how glossy that pure glossy is? It is just amazing. That one's come out lovely. I quite like that one. That's come out quite pretty. Oh, and definitely the where I put the animal skins in and then put the black on behind it. I think that's come out beautiful. Look at that. This is the square one. I wasn't very neat with that one, but it still looks quite pretty. And there's the other square one, and that's with the chameleon flakes. So that has worked really, really well. These are the leaves with the white. I wish I'd put a different colour on the background of that rather than white. I'm not that impressed with that one. But not everything's going to come out how you love them. See, the silver and the black have come out really well. Here's another one of the animal print ones, and I do like that. And the square one, now that has come out much neater as well. Again, look how glossy that is. It's almost reflecting like a laser in my eye. There's one with an arrow. And when you put the white in, if you've got any bits that you haven't cleaned up properly around it, then it shows. If you do a dark colour, it doesn't show. So let's have a look at this one. See, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful that has come out and how glossy that is. I absolutely love that. And you couldn't just draw that on any other way other than using a stencil. It would just take you forever. There, those leaves again. Not so keen on the leaves. Should have put a darker colour behind it. Some more animal print. It looks more like bark, I think. And they're leaves as well. But again, the white shows up much more than the blue. Going forward, I would just use the black as the background because it does work with all the colours that I've used. So I'm not so keen on any of the white ones, if I'm honest. Apart from that one and that one. But the black works really well. You could use dark blue or any sorts of colour. but look really, really pretty. And I will use pinch bowl, or some people call them push bowls. I call them pinch bowls or push bowls. It depends what mood I'm in, to turn these into pendants. Really simple to do. And then you've got a lovely pendant like that. Simple, easy, great way to use some of your stencils and to get different patterns as well. I would avoid the white. I think that shows up too many issues, but the black really does, and dark colors really do show up lovely. Hope you've enjoyed this. Check out the video I've got coming up next. I think you'll really love that on making jewellery. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.